Good Tuesday practice. A lot of work. Glad we got in. Had to go back inside for the weather, and then got back out. It was good to get that transition and get back outside. I'm glad we got back outside. Needed it. And a good solid day, work week, getting ready to play on Saturday. Like where we're at. Question?
Not speaking just to the quarterback competition this camp, but just generally speaking, you said you've had a few. Does it set an offense back at all as far as trying to get cohesion when you have two guys maybe splitting snaps during the preseason?
Not really.
No.
Let's run their deal and go.
Eberle was back out today?
Yeah, Eberle's back out. He's here. So Eberle could be. I mean, I didn't know if he'd be back. That's why I said Martinez right now be starting. So he possibly could be starting too. He was starting before he got injured. So it looks like he's healthy and had a good day. So that's great. That's just more depth. That's the thing I'm excited about. We're getting tons of depth. That really excites me about having guys that can play and feel comfortable putting in the game.
Is depth a bigger thing for you given how young this offense is?
Well,
or have you always been like that?
Well, I think first of all you got to find your best 11, which we've done to an extent. But we've got quite a few guys now that I feel very comfortable coming into the football game. Like I say, if you have injuries with young guys, because you worry about is there enough guys ready to play? Well, we're getting that in a good way. So I'm very happy with that.
Do you have an idea, like with the receiver rotation, how many guys it might be?
Whoever many plays.
George came back this week. Is he a guy that could play on game day? Or
Possibly, yeah. He got to clean some things up, but he's doing okay. He's doing okay.
Jimbo, how's Josh Sweat's work ethic improved since last year?
Good.
Pugh, sorry.
Jacob Hughes, yeah, Jacob is doing a good job. I've been very pleased. He gets better and better. His role keeps growing, and he gets so he's just developing as a football. The physicality and then the athleticism, knowing what to do, just allowing him to play faster and faster as his assignments get better.
Going into Texas State, is there any maybe one area of worry for you, or is everything where you want it to be? Because just from the way you sounded, it seems like there's progress every day.
There has been progress, but I'm worried anytime you go in a game, I'll never go in a game not worried about all phases, because you don't never know till the lights are on and the guys go out there and play, and the cohesion, and even the veterans. I don't care. I remember when I was a junior and senior and started 2 or 3 years, there's still, till you go out there and play in a game, you still have those butterflies. You got to, you get that under your belt, and hopefully go out there and play well.
Ryan Green's missed the last couple practices.
Ryan's going to have surgery on his shoulder. He separated his shoulder here a few days ago. He'll probably have surgery on his shoulder.
Any idea how long you might be out for?
Oh, that'd probably be the year. That'd be a year.
How has Rod Johnson been the last week or so?
Played well. Done well. Been typical Rod, working hard, doing everything. Playing. It's almost like you forget he's there because he plays so good. You don't yell. You worry about the other guys. You're trying to coach those guys, but he's just doing a real solid job. Just Mr. Consistent.
I remember you maybe a couple weeks ago you thought he had dipped a little bit.
He did.
He kind of got out of that.
He has and pushed up. And I think there's an and I think higher expectations. You know what I'm saying? You can't have a little bit of an off day. You're that veteran. You got to set the example for those guys. And I think that's where I was mainly coming from with that, trying to send him a message.
What's his potential?
Oh, big time. He can be through the limit because he has size, he has length, he has athleticism, and he has intelligence. Very intelligent guy.
When a guy like that has so much success so young, is it more difficult to manage expectations because you expect him to maybe be better than he would be?
I think it depends on the individual. You know what I'm saying? And coaches too, you're right. Coaches, you got to make sure, you got to remember he's still a sophomore, but you see him play so well. And I think the key is getting in his head, there is no age limit. You know what I mean? If you're that good and you have that ability, if you can focus that long, you can still play that way no matter what your age limit is and what class you are, no matter what. And I think, but Rod takes it, that Rod gets that. He really does.
Does it make a difference, like you've said so many times, that his maturity is just on another level?
Yeah, it definitely. Maturity level and being able to focus and concentrate. Focus and concentration often comes with maturity. When you're young, you do it for a while and your mind drifts. It's habit. But he's been raised that way, and that's just kind of the way he is.
With one starter back on the line, is it an advantage that guy is left tackle?
I wish he was left guard, center, right guard, and right tackle. No, but yeah, it definitely that's the most important position as far as protecting that quarterback and the things you got to have. It's hard to find, and they're hard to find. Left tackles are really hard to find, so it's definitely. I'm not complaining. I promise. Anything? We're good.
Golson's mobility, able to just keep plays alive. With
yeah, that's good. If you have a protection breakdown, or if somebody slips on a route or breaks, and always having that athleticism is always good. But the key is not to rely on that. Use it when you have to. Play in the pocket, make decisions, distribute the ball, do the things you have to do, and then use it when you have to. And I think that's in the last week where he's really done that. And I think that comes from his true knowledge of the offense, just feeling more comfortable about the reads and the timing of the players and getting that in sync.
And when plays do develop like that, and everybody just has to
that's
look at their
ball.
block.
I mean, that's ball. You got to scramble, block, look to throw. I mean, there's things in ball that happen. You know what I mean? And the guys that can manage that 15% of that gray area I always talk about, you can't coach it. You know what I mean? You got to give them some instincts, and then they got to play. They just got to react to what's going on.
Fumbles have been a big thing with him the past couple of years. Just from what you watched on film and practice, how is he?
I didn't watch him on film and practice. He's been doing a good job. We're making sure we're keeping two hands on the ball security. We do those drills every day with quarterbacks and every skill position guy. We big emphasis on ball security.
How's McFadden been doing since he's
good? Yeah, I think he practiced some yesterday, limited today. I'm gonna see how much more, but I think he got a lot more work today, and he's feeling very good. So he felt very good in middle practice when I saw him.
Marcus Lewis, is there a timetable?
Nah, whenever he gets better. I'm wanting him back. I know that.
Jimbo, I know a lot of them are going to play. Has LaMarcus Brutus worked himself into a starting spot?
Oh yeah, Brutus will be in there. Brutus is going to play. And if whether he starts or plays a lot, he'll be most likely be a starter though. Marcus has busted his tail and played very well.
I mean, I think we talked about it back at ACC kickoff, but for a kid to stay with the system and stay with the program for 4 years and then have it pay off like this.
Exactly. And last year, at the end of the year, you remember he made a lot of big plays last year in this whole thing. So I mean, it's the way it used to be.
Right.
He got rewarded with patience and hard work and things that happened, and I'm very happy for him. He's a great young man.
Could you kind of see that coming around last year when things started to click for him?
Yeah, you did, because he started making plays in practice. You put him in a game, made a couple big picks. He always was when we recruited him. He wasn't the fastest guy in the world, but man, when he put 11 on 11, he could just play the game. You know what I'm saying? And he was a really good football player, and he's doing that for us right now.
You still seeing what you want to see out of Bobo?
Yeah, I tell you what, he's been really consistent. He really has. I've been pleased with Bobo. I'm hoping he can carry it over to Saturday night.
Texas State running a spread. You feel like that's a good first test for this Russian secondary?
Well, I think here's the thing: you get caught up in spread. Everybody thinks throw. All those spread teams do it to run, and you got to play both. And it's going to be a test from front. I mean, up front and in the back end. It's going to be a test at both because they run the ball as effective as they throw.
When you're talking about Everett's just better knowledge of the offense, earlier in camp, was he kind of quick to pull it down, or what was the difference?
No, just knowing where to go. I mean, it's just like knowing your assignment better. You know what I'm saying? The more you see it, the slower it gets. You know how we want it ran, and those type of things, and it just gets better and better every day.